I'm about to show you 8 viral YouTube Shorts niches that can make you rich, from channels that you can literally start printing with right now to a 7-figure channel idea that could change your life. And I'll be ranking them on this ladder. The higher we go, the more profitable the niches become. The catch is that the niches get harder and harder to pull off. So not only will I be giving you the exact roadmap and details to make this work, but at the very top of the ladder, I'll be showing you what I believe is the best YouTube Shorts niche with insane potential for any of you watching to make a generational amount of money. That might sound like I'm overselling, but I am genuinely serious. Now, I know when I tell you this first niche, a lot of you are going to spam hundreds of nerd emojis because you've heard it 1,000 times before, and you might even say it's oversaturated, but hear me out. This niche is quite literally the foundation of everything related to YouTube Shorts, and the only thing you need to get started with it is this. That is commentary. Seriously, not only is it simple, but I'll teach you quite literally every skill it takes to dominate with it. Script writing, editing, finding your ideas, and the money isn't even that bad either. I run channels like these pretty consistently, as you've seen Verusi, Slam Dunk, and so many others, and have made thousands of dollars a week doing it publicly for you all to see. So you know this isn't bullshit. It's an actual niche that works and delivers thousands of dollars in results to pretty much everybody who puts the effort in. But here's what most people don't realize. There are sub-niches popping up constantly. So there's nothing stopping you from cutting down your competition by making videos on animals or football. There are millions of people interested in millions of different things. So that means you can take the fundamentals of what this commentary niche actually is, apply it to an area that you might have more experience than other people in, and boom, you now have your edge, and you can make videos on things that you're actually interested in whilst getting paid thousands of dollars a month at the same time. But I'm gonna be 100% honest, this isn't the highest potential niche that there is on the platform right now. Sure, you can get a few breakout videos, make $5,000 to $10,000 a month, but if you're watching this, you wanna hit beyond that and actually scale this into a business that can genuinely set you up. So that's why this is just the first one. The real money is made further up the ladder, like right here on the second step of the ladder, which is what I like to call the brain rot niche. This is actually super underrated because whilst everybody is grinding 10 hours a day to produce these videos for their channel, you can knock out something like this in just 20 minutes. All you do is take the audio of viral videos, add clips and brain rot background footage in the edits, throw on some captions, add some simple emojis on top, and there you have it. These are videos that you can produce 1 to 5 times a day, and you could hire these out for like $2 a pop. Listen, I'm not proud of the labor costs, but it works and it gets you videos out consistently that lets you get paid without having to put in all that time yourself. Then you can even use YouTube's remix feature to push this out to the audience that was watching that original audio in the first place. You're not actually creating anything original or groundbreaking. If anything, it's quite the opposite, but it works, and channels like this have gotten over 400 million views for quite literally doing nothing. Even with a horrible RPM of like 10 cents per 1,000 views, that is still like $40,000, and most people who work a 9-to-5 job make that in a year. It is risky though, because YouTube might decide to ban channels like this to just steal people's audios, and the original creators are completely within their rights to actually ask you to take these videos down. But at the end of the day, you're never actually going to be putting your full attention into videos like this. So my advice is to start one of these channels on the side and use that money to reinvest into something more long-term down the line. What you really want to be doing though is something that I'm actually going to be displaying on step 3. Smart creators do not create trends, they ride them. And this next niche quite literally lets you surf every viral wave without actually having to come up with anything yourself. This strategy is simple. All you'll actually be doing is clipping streamers. Just find someone massive that you like watching, clip their best moments as they actively happen. The best way that's going to give you a competitive edge is by actually watching their streams, getting in the moments before anybody else has a chance to create them, and then posting those videos on YouTube Shorts. Then boom, you're literally tied to their success. Channels like this have built massive followings by just grabbing the most popular parts of these creators' moments, and it's kind of perfect because a streamer has already built their audience and they're already established. What you're doing by taking these videos is essentially siphoning that same audience that's already created onto your channel. These people who are fans want more of the people that they watch, and so if you provide that to them, you can essentially take that audience, make money off it, and continue to help blow up the streamer. And since you'd be targeting more English-speaking streamers, the RPM that you'd be getting is just as good as any of the other niches because YouTube pays you for older and more English-speaking viewers, which is exactly what you hit here, except for the fact that most of your audience might be teenagers. The issue is that your channel lives and dies with the creator that you choose. If he falls off, so do you, and there's pretty much nothing you can do to control that. You can try to center your channel around multiple creators so that if one falls down, you just ride to the other one and then add more as more people blow up, but you're not actually building a brand. You're just riding a wave, and try even getting a sponsorship like this. It's never gonna happen, and the only money you'll ever make is is by relying on YouTube and yourself to find new creators to consistently clip. This can also be super exhausting as you have to constantly be on the ball, making sure that you're hitting every new trend that happens, every new clip that comes on these streams, and you have to keep your finger on the pulse at all times. It is basically a full-time job, but hey, if you want to get paid for watching streamers, it's probably the best way to do it. As you can tell, these niches are starting to get more and more serious. They require a little bit more work as I go through them, but if you execute them right, can make you a ton of cash. But don't worry, because the method I teased at the end doesn't require any of these skills and can make you more money than most of these niches combined. But for now, we're starting to get into the psychology of virality. This niche doesn't just entertain, it makes people actually feel something. Remember, it is real people watching these videos, as much as it doesn't feel like it sometimes, so if you can actually trigger their emotions and get them to stay until the end, you've won the war against everybody else trying to compete and create content against you. And in my opinion, one of the best ways to do this is with wholesome content. You know, the type of videos your mom sends to her Facebook group chat with her other friends, those cute little dogs, those fat penguins, or those little chubby Chinese kids. People don't just watch this type of content. They share, like it, send it to their friends, and pretty much populate it around every platform that they can find. Plus, this content is sponsor friendly as hell. It's super clean, does not have any controversial aspects to it because you're just spreading kindness and joy, which is what these advertisers actually want in order to spend a lot of money on your videos. Doing this can be tough though. You need to understand pacing, visual storytelling, and how to trigger people's emotions as well as possible. And finding clips on stories that haven't just been done to death is super hard because everyone's pretty much already found everything. You can't just manufacture these fake clips. They need to be authentic because that's the whole point. That's why if you do this, you have to commit. It might get tricky, but that's why the numbers I'm talking about here are almost life-changing. Now, I say almost because the real generational wealth could start here. Now, do you want to see what a 10 million view video looks like? Channels like these are pulling insane numbers. We're talking 10, 20, sometimes even 50 million views on a single video. The concept is pretty simple as well. It's just movie edits. You take a sick moment from a film, add a trending song to the back of the edit to actually capture an audience that's gonna care about it right now. And if you end up learning how to do this properly, you can make some pretty creatively rewarding stuff whilst also generating a ton of money from just YouTube alone. There's also a huge audience base for this at the moment. Some people will genuinely watch these clips over and over and over again if they like the edit that much. So as long as you learn how to edit and know what clips are gonna do well, you've got a great launch pad for opportunities to make your videos go viral.